Hey, you all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my YouTube channel for Expats Living. Today, I have Desiree with me, such a gem out here in Playa del Carmen. I'm going to have her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Sherry. I'm so excited. I'm so glad I got to meet you down here in Mexico too. Hey everyone, I'm Desiree Parkman. I'm the owner of Root and Align. It's an all-around wellness company and events. So we do yoga, we do dance, we have retreats, and my whole thing is bite-sized wellness. So I'm looking for people that are super busy, that don't have time for self-care or working out or whatever. And we do like really mini sessions together. So I'm all about wellness and self-care as a lifestyle, not a luxury.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. As a lifestyle and not a luxury. I love
That's
that.
right. That's my hashtag.
I love it. Come on, follow the hashtag too.
Yeah.
So thank you we can just actually segue into this. Why do you feel as if we need self-care?
Well, I think just from our whole last year is a real reason right there. So if you didn't think that you needed self-care last year, I'm sure made you think differently, or it should have. It was a place of like, at one point you're doing one thing and the next thing, everything has been taken away from you and you're home all day. You can't go to the gym. Everything is shut down. So what do you do? Like, how do you care for yourself when there's no one else around? And that's why we need it, because every day we have more stuff to do. And even though we had a whole year off, you still were online being digital, promoting yourself, promoting your brand, taking care of your kids, doing schoolwork in addition to your own work. And it's just like, where is the time? Like, where is the time for you? And it's important because left unchecked, it can cause a lot of illness in your body. So that's the first thing, is that you can actually get physically sick from not taking care of yourself. Secondly, as we're getting older, your body is just not as mobile and as strong, and you want to continue to have that type of strength as you get older. So it's important for you to be taking care of yourself. We all like to do a lot of different things. I'm all about balance. So, yes, I'm going to namaste, I'm going to work out, do the things I have to, but I'm still going to eat some things that I probably shouldn't eat. Like I did just order some Krispy Kremes and I'm going to eat them. But, I've already done like 3 yoga classes today. So it's all about balance. We need to incorporate these things into our life every day for maintenance. The same way you go to church, the same way you eat vegetables, the same way you take care of everyone else. You have to do it for yourself too, so that you can continue doing those things.
Yeah, that is rich. So give me some examples or some practices of self-care.
Okay, so self-care can just be your morning ritual, which I really stress a lot, and a morning ritual looks different for everyone. It can be, I wake up in the morning every day. If my eyes are awakened, I say, thank you, God. Thank you for allowing me to have another day. I then might get up and make some lemon water and drink that. And then I might, listen to some affirmation. But sometimes it might just be that thank you. It might just be the thank you. It could be yoga. It could be taking a walk. It could be reading a book or journaling. They're things that make you feel good inside. So it looks different for everyone, but those are a few things that are kind of general things that people would do when you think about self-care. But self-care even is, I want to buy myself this really nice shirt, or these really nice, something that I don't always treat myself to, that I'm going to go ahead and do that, because I work hard and I deserve to have these rewards. And they're not even rewards. These are just, things that come in life. We should be treating ourselves like this. We should be treating ourselves like the queens and kings that we are, period.
Yeah, that's so good. This is true. We should be treating, listen, you just dropping a whole bunch of nuggets. We should
and
be
also too,
like
your
self-care,
it doesn't have to be morning. Like, people always get on the whole morning ritual thing. Some people, I am not an early riser, so sometimes my morning ritual happens at 12. Sometimes your ritual can happen at night before you go to bed. Rituals are something that we've come up with. We say our prayers, whoever you pray to or whatever. But it's like, it's deeper too, because it's like for yourself. You can say affirmations to yourself. You can write out, some intentions for yourself. You can have a cup of tea. you know, just simple things. It doesn't have to be like this crazy big thing that you have to do, you know?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I am big on self-care just because I see the rewards from it just from me just taking care of myself. So,
Yep.
and I've seen the consequences of people that have not practiced self-care. And one of those things is illness. Like, so thank you so
Yep.
much for sharing that. I'm glad that you are someone that's being vocal about this and helping others practice self-care. Okay. Mm. So tell me a little bit about bite-sized wellness, actually what that is and what,
Okay.
yeah.
Bite size, it's not really anything new. Like this is something that has been going on for a long time, but I really feel like for me and what I'm doing and the people that I work with, this is really my niche, right? My clients are people that are really busy, working with their kids, doing whatever they're doing, and they just don't even really will not take time. So we bite size means that I'm giving you some things to do that only requires anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes. The longest things that we would do would be like a 30-minute, and that's, you can even split that up too. For example, I run a challenge, 5-day balance better, so that you can kind of see how it works. So it would be like you would get a little 5-minute meditation, something to listen to. You would always get like a 5-minute sequence, and that sequence could just be just for your hips. Like your hips are tight, let's open them up. Fine. Let's do something that's going to open, heart, for the heart chakra, maybe something for the sacral, your womb area. Like, let's work on that. One day it just might be all over, but it's like quick. One day it might just be like, guess what? I don't feel like getting out of bed today. So we're going to do some gentle yoga in our beds, and we're still going to get it done. So I'm giving you like no excuse, right? And also, the way that it's presented is that you can do some of it in the morning, you can do it at night, or however it makes sense for you, but doing it. And then I also give you like maybe like a little writing prompt, something for you to think about, because I think that if you're finding yourself become so busy that you just don't even have 5-10 minutes to like, do a roll down, touch your toes or whatever, then you do really need to be thinking about like, why is that? Why is
Yeah.
my day so jam-packed that I cannot take and step aside and do something and just really deep breathe for myself? So it's really a mindset shift, and I'm using yoga as the vessel. Yoga is, to me, it is the union of the body and the mind. That's exactly what it means. And your mindset needs to be healthy so that you can make your body healthy and then go and crush your goals or whatever it is that you're supposed to do. So that's why I say it's like, it's not just yoga, like it's a little bit of life coaching. It's a little bit of, just all of these things inclusive. So it's not just yoga. We do movement, dance. And then of course we talk about some things that you might be trying to manifest in your life, to push forward, because a lot of times we can be busy doing a lot of things except the things that we really want to do. So that's what that looks like. Bite size can be, anywhere between like a 5-15 minute type of routine that can be broken up throughout the day.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Give me just a minute. My laptop needs to be plugged in.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Okay. So do you have a children's book? Are you writing a children's book? You have.
Okay, so I guess the segue into that is so my wellness business is fairly new, but I've always been involved in wellness because I'm a dancer. I've always been a dancer my whole life, dancing, ballet, jazz, tap, the whole nine. I danced on Broadway. And so during that time, yoga has always been something that has been incorporated. In fact, a lot of the yoga postures, they're the same as some dance stretches and things that we do. So, I kind of incorporate all of that into my classes. So from that though, I remember when I was growing up, I really never found any media or anything that had any Black girls in it. Like here I am, a young Black girl of 5-6 years old, going to the library, really excited to find a book about dance, and there's no one in there that looks like me. So I always said that I wanted to write a children's book and kind of just reminisce about the time how I felt when I first started dance and how I just was so excited. And so my book is called Dance This is the book right here, Dancing with Naima. And it basically gives you a whole like insight to preparing for your first day of dance class. So, you know, she's like tights, leotards. She talks about her shoes
Oh my
matching
goodness.
her skin, which is really important. You know, like this is a big movement right now for this to be something that happens across the board. It goes into details about getting her hair done because, of course, our hair is different and it's not going to just fit into a neat bun. You got to do a little bit of work with it. And also packing your dance bag, all the things that are necessary. So it's like a little bit of some life tips, eating healthy, like we need to be eating healthy as little dancers in the making. And then it takes you to the dance studio where she learns like, she gets to see like, you know, some of the other famous ballerinas. So this would have been like, would be like Firebird, like from Dance with Harlem, Dance Theater Harlem. This would be like Cry from Alvin Ailey. And then this would be like, there's a black Giselle, a Creole Giselle that they do at Dance Theater Harlem, because I'm very historical too. And I like to always, you know, give the kids some history. And then you have like a basic dance class. So they learn like the positions, which is what you would learn as a beginner ballet student, first position through fifth. And then just all the little details, chassés, pliés, and, you know, talking about strength and stability. So this is the book that I wish that I had when I was a little girl. And then it also has a glossary in the back. So if you were a dance teacher or you have a little dancer at home, you know, you could also reinforce what she's learning in the classroom with all of the words here. And they're all like pretty beginner. So this book really was a labor of love, and myself and the illustrator Jasmine Cole, we put a lot of love into it, and it got released like 2 years ago. So Dancing with Naima has its own world, you know, like they have their own ambassadors. There's like 10 of them. And so they basically like promote on my social media. They do little reviews. I do classes with them. They've got t-shirts and all their swag. So that's like a whole other world for like young dancers that are between like 3 and maybe 7 or 8. But that's to read the book. But honestly, everybody likes the book because it's just the book that they never had. So I even have a lot of adults that just buy the book just to have it, you know? So it's part of a series. So hopefully part 2 will get written sometime soon.
Yay. No, that's incredible. That is so incredible that you are providing representation for Black women, Black little girls.
Yeah.
So I love
Thank
that.
you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm really proud of it. And I love the joy of seeing the little girls when they get the book and they're like, oh, like she looks like me, or she has a Afro puff like mine, you know? And it just really, it really lets you know that we really do need representation. Like it's important. It's important for us to see ourselves in all forms of media, you know?
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Wow. So explain to me life as a rockette.
So, like I said, in my previous life, I had a very extensive career as a professional dancer. So one of the things that I did is I was part of the Radio City Rockettes, which, you know, they live at Radio City Music Hall. So I was online with them for 2 Christmases. So, you know, the big thing that they do there is the Christmas Spectacular that runs from like Thanksgiving till right after New Year's. And you know, I auditioned for that sometime in 1990 something. And the first time I auditioned, I got cut because they tell you that you're supposed to show up in like, it's the chorus girl uniform. So tights, brown tights, and a leotard and heels. And me and my girls were like, nah, we don't want to wear that. We're just going to wear these unitards, which is like a one piece, because we felt like we still could see your body. And they were like, nah, man, that's not how we're going to do it here. And so they basically just cut us immediately. And then the next year we went back and, you know, really needed a job at that point. Like, yo, there's nothing else going on. So I showed up in my brown tights and my leotard and I made it all the way through. And, you know, it's a very prestigious job. If you know anything about the Rockettes, you know, it's a very tight line. There's 36 girls. Most of them are not of color. So just even, you know, breaking that line is a big deal. Usually there's over 300 girls that audition every year. And from that, it depends on who is needed in the line, because a lot of times there's carryover each year. But that year, they actually took a lot of people in. So I made the line that year with some of my good friends. And out of all the jobs I've had, this was one of the hardest because, yeah, a lot of people think it's just kicks, and it is, but it's precision dancing. So you really are in a small space, and everything is very kind of military, you know, and there's no real room to be all like that. You got to keep it
Yeah.
together. So the really only expression that you have is like going on in your face. And then just working in close proximity with like so many women and really having to be like so exact. And then the kicks themselves. I mean, I was super skinny during that time. I mean, you're just not going to be able to keep on any weight during Christmas time doing the show, because you would be doing like over 200 and something kicks like a week. You know, you have 6 numbers that you do. Each number has like a huge kick line, you know. But out of all the things that I've done, it's the one thing that people really resonate with the most. I'm very happy to be a Black woman that's online. We actually have a group, the Rockettes of Color alumni, because there really wasn't ever any real like attention paid to the women of color online, especially this whole year with Black Lives Matter and things like that. So we decided to kind of take it upon ourselves to be the voice that those girls couldn't have at Radio City. So in that, so like I said, there's 36 Rockettes, and and this has been since like the line started in like 1930, we'll say. I don't know the exact date. But since that time, there's like 60 or 70 of us. So think about how all like 70 something years, and there's only 70 girls of color. So our mission is really to kind of like mentor a group of, you know, girls of color, train them in tap so that they're well versed enough to actually audition and be able to make it online, you know, because that would be one of the things, is that they would say that that Black girls don't tap. And I'm like, you know, that's a lie, but we're gonna make sure that that's a lie. So yeah, I mean, Radio City Rockettes is amazing. You know, I love being a part of it. Just like I said, it's definitely a very prestigious thing, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me to continue to do the kind of work that I want to do. So if you haven't ever seen it, you know, you can YouTube and check it out there. There's all kinds of Rockette videos on there.
I love that. Oh, I love that so much. So now you're transitioning, or how long have you, actually, let me ask this question this way. Why did you choose the expat life, and how long have you actually been an expat?
Let's see. Well, I think it shows me. I think when I remember when I was in like 5th grade, we were talking about Indians and how they go from place to place. And, you know, she used the word nomad. And I was like, you know, I really like that. Like, they just move from place to place. Of course, it was seasonal or whatever. And, you know, they carry their things that they need, what they don't need, they get rid of. And that always resonated with me. I always felt like I was going to be a nomad. And I think I've always led a nomadic life. I mean, I think anyone that is an artist, I've lived in New York, I lived in California. I've traveled a lot because of my art, because you basically are chasing the art. And, you know, if you get different opportunities to teach or do whatever in different places, you do that. In the back of my mind, I always knew that I wanted to live abroad and kind of study culture. I'm a real history buff, especially when it comes to Black history and Black like theater or dance. And so my whole thing had been like traveling and studying like diaspora dances, indigenous dance, and things like that. And so I've always wanted to do it. The reason, and I haven't done it long, this is it for me. Like, me coming to Mexico and actually living here for 6 months, it's almost been 6 months, has been the first. Like, I've traveled out of the country before, but not like I'm staying here. You know, I would go for a little while, or if I was on tour or something, that would be one thing. But I think with COVID, it just presented the perfect storm, so to speak, where, you know, everything was moving online. At first, I came from like kind of more events and entertainment. That's what I was doing before, when I was living in Miami, working for the hotels and doing, you know, day party type stuff, like all kinds of events, bands and things like that. And obviously all of that stuff kind of stopped, you know, last year. And I just, on my vision board, I already had that I was gonna, I guess 2020 was when I decided that this was gonna be the year. And I had set to go to like Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala. Those were the three that I had on my vision board. And that didn't happen because they were really closed at the border. So, you know, everybody was coming to Mexico. So I was like, I've spent some time here before. I like Mexico. Why not? You know, and that's just really how it was. I just kind of packed my stuff, you know, tied up some loose ends and came on down, you know, and it was a great thing. Like I really kind of listened to my intuition and my spirit, and it led me here, you know, and since I've been here, I know it was the right decision because I really felt like a lot of things shifted for me as far as my business, and I got really clear on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. And also I just got a chance to kind of like upgrade my lifestyle a little bit, you know, like, of course, things are cheaper here. And also, you know, you just don't feel like that hustle and grind like you would feel in the States, you know, like you can still get things done. So I just feel like more at peace, more at line with myself. So this is just the beginning, and I'm going to continue to kind of press on. And I have another part of, you know, root and align is like a route that you take, because I feel like that is actually how you get to your roots, is by taking these different routes and paths. So I'm going to continue to dance the diaspora and make that into like a docu-series where I follow different folkloric dances and learn them myself. And, you know, that really is kind of like my life's work. Like it really, it revolves around the arts. And so being able to combine both of those things with the wellness and my arts, it's heaven, really, you know, like it really, it's good. It's great.
Yeah, I love that. And we can actually just segue right into how people can actually follow you, because I know you mentioned Root and
Oh yeah.
Align.
Okay. So my company is Root and Align, and it is spelled like a root, like a path, ROUTE. So it's rootandalign.com, and also just Root and Align on Facebook and on Instagram as well. So you can follow me there. Um, Not by the time this airs, I think I will probably still have some specials, but I always have a challenge that's going on. What I kind of mentioned, a 5-day challenge where you get like bite-sized sequences and meditations delivered right to your inbox that you can do at any time. I'm available for privates online, or if you're here in Mexico, in person. So there's lots of ways to work with me, and you know, we can move, we can do yoga, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's about it. And if you want to buy the book is on Amazon, Dancing with Naima.
Perfect.
And it's
Perfect.
also on
I'll
Instagram, so
put
you
the
can catch it
link.
there
I'll
too.
try to put the link below as well, so it's
Yeah,
easy access to get
yeah,
to it.
exactly. Yeah, when you do the episode, you can just put all the links right in your comments, you know, or in
Yeah,
your
yeah.
description. But yeah, so that's the book. The book is online, and if you have a little girl or whatever that loves dance, you know, hit me up. But yeah, this has been great, Sherry. I love that you're creating this platform for all the expats here, and we get a chance to learn about each other and how we got here.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to answer these questions. I am sure that there's some woman out there, some girl out there, some person that's just going to be blessed by your life, blessed by the answers to these questions that I've interviewed for you. Like, it was really rich to me, the need for self-care, the bite-sized wellness, because you're right. If I don't have enough time to even do like these little small things, why is my life that busy? So
That's right.
can't take care of myself. That was really rich to me.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. I do want to ask you to close this out. Actually, everybody, make sure that you follow me on expats.living on Instagram and subscribe to this channel. Desiree is going to leave us. She doesn't know this, but can you leave us with some words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. Well, I think, gosh, I think I already said it. Like self-care it's a lifestyle, not a luxury. And so don't be afraid to like get out there and indulge for yourself. That's what I would have to say. And then also just start. Whatever it is that you're thinking that you want to do or be or see, just do it. Like if you just put it out there, then the universe is going to come and help you along. Like you say you want to go somewhere, you want to do something. If you say it out loud, write it out somewhere, then before you know it, you're going to meet somebody that's like, oh, you know what? Guess what? I'm going to be doing so and so. And you're like, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about that. that's how the universe works. And it has always played out for me. And trust your intuition, because it's not going to lead you wrong. Right. So that's what I got to say.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Until next time.
All right. See you.